in the heart of a small, forgotten town, nestled between dense forests and rolling hills, stood an ancient house that whispered secrets of the past. Its weathered exterior, a patchwork of peeling paint and cracked windows, suggested that it had seen better days. The air was thick with the scent of damp wood and mildew, mingling with the earthy aroma of the surrounding woods. As twilight descended, the shadows grew long, draping the house in an eerie cloak of darkness. It was here that the tale of the Lamenting Woman began, a story woven with threads of sorrow, despair, and the supernatural. The house had once been a vibrant home, filled with laughter and warmth. However, after a tragic event that shattered the family within, it fell into disrepair. Local legends spoke of a woman who had lived there, her spirit trapped in a state of mourning. They called her the Lamenting Woman, a ghostly figure who wandered the halls, her cries echoing through the night, a haunting melody of grief that drew in the unsuspecting. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the townsfolk would often gather at the local diner, exchanging stories of the Lamenting Woman. They recounted the tales of her sorrowful wails that could be heard on the wind, drifting through the trees as if searching for something lost. The more superstitious among them claimed that on quiet nights, one could see her silhouette pacing the balcony, her long, flowing gown billowing like mist around her. Children dared each other to approach the house, but none ever ventured close enough to confront the sorrowful spirit that dwelled within. One such evening, a group of friends, drawn by curiosity and thrill-seeking, decided to explore the infamous house. They were a diverse bunch: Jack, the brave leader; Sarah, the skeptic; Tom, the storyteller; and Lisa, the sensitive one who often felt emotions deeply. As they approached the house, the air grew colder, and an unsettling stillness enveloped them. The sound of their footsteps echoed against the cracked pavement, each step a reminder of the stories they had heard. With hesitant breaths, they pushed open the creaking door, which groaned in protest, revealing a dimly lit foyer. Dust motes danced in the beams of their flashlights, illuminating faded photographs that lined the walls, images of a family that once thrived in this space. The air was thick with the weight of memories, and an inexplicable sadness settled over them. It was as if the house itself was mourning, echoing the sorrow of the Lamenting Woman. As they ventured deeper into the house, they began to notice subtle signs of the supernatural. A chill swept through the room, causing Sarah to shiver despite her bravado. Tom, ever the storyteller, recounted the legend of the Lamenting Woman, describing her tragic fate. It was said that she had lost her children in a terrible accident, her heart shattered by grief. Ever since, she roamed the house, seeking solace, but only finding despair. Suddenly, a soft, sorrowful cry floated through the air, sending shivers down their spines. The sound was faint at first, like the distant wail of a lost soul. They paused, exchanging nervous glances, the tension palpable. Jack, emboldened by the thrill of the moment, suggested they follow the sound. With trepidation, they moved toward the source, each heartbeat echoing in their ears. As they climbed the staircase, The wood creaked beneath their weight, the sound blending with the lamenting cry that grew louder. They reached the hallway where shadows danced along the walls, and there, at the end of the corridor, stood a door slightly ajar. The crying was now unmistakable, a heart-wrenching sound that tugged at their very souls. Tom, his voice barely a whisper, suggested they turn back, but the lure of the unknown was too strong. They gathered their courage and pushed the door open, revealing a dimly lit room. The air was heavy with an oppressive sadness, and in the corner, they saw her, a figure draped in white, her hair cascading over her shoulders, her face obscured by the shadows. "Help me," the voice choked out, a plea that resonated with their very beings. The room seemed to pulse with energy as they stood frozen, staring at the apparition. It was then that Lisa, the sensitive one, felt an overwhelming wave of sorrow wash over her. She stepped forward, instinctively wanting to comfort the grieving spirit. "Who are you?" Lisa asked, her voice steady despite the chilling atmosphere. The figure slowly turned, revealing a face etched with grief and longing. Tears streamed down her cheeks, glistening in the dim light. "I am the Lamenting Woman," she replied, her voice a haunting melody. "I have lost my children, and my heart is broken. I wander these halls, searching for them, for a way to ease my pain. Will you help me find them?" The gravity of her words weighed heavily on the friends. They had come seeking thrills, but now they stood before a mother trapped in eternal sorrow, her cries a desperate call for help. Lisa felt a deep connection to the spirit, understanding the depth of her loss. She looked back at her friends, who were equally moved by the encounter. "How can we help you?" Lisa asked, her voice filled with compassion. The room seemed to grow colder, the shadows deepening as the Lamenting Woman gestured toward an old, dusty trunk in the corner. "They were taken from me," she lamented, her voice trembling. "I keep their memories here, but I cannot find peace. I need you to remember them, to tell their story." As the friends approached the trunk, they opened it cautiously, revealing a collection of faded toys and worn clothes, remnants of childhood innocence. Each item seemed to pulse with energy, the echoes of laughter and joy long gone, replaced by an overwhelming sense of loss. Tom picked up a small, tattered teddy bear, its fur matted and worn. "What were their names?" he asked, his voice barely above a whisper. "Emily and Jacob," the Lamenting Woman replied, her sorrow deepening. "They were my everything. I cannot rest until their memory is honored." With newfound determination, the friends promised to share the story of Emily and Jacob, to honor the lives that had been lost too soon. They felt the room brighten slightly, as if the spirit was momentarily at peace with their commitment. Suddenly, the temperature plummeted, and the room shook with a low rumble, a warning that they were not alone. Shadows danced along the walls, and the Lamenting Woman's expression shifted from despair to urgency. "You must leave now," she urged, her voice rising with panic. "They do not want you here." Without hesitation, The friends fled the room, their hearts racing as they raced down the stairs. The house seemed to come alive around them, doors slamming and windows rattling as they made their way to the front door. The cries of the lamenting woman echoed behind them, a mix of gratitude and sorrow, urging them to escape. They burst outside into the cool night air, gasping for breath as they collapsed onto the grass, hearts pounding. The house loomed ominously behind them, a dark silhouette against the starry sky. The lamenting woman's cries faded into the night, leaving a haunting silence that enveloped the friends. Gathered in a circle, they processed what had just happened. Each felt a profound sense of empathy for the lamenting woman, a mother forever searching for her lost children. They vowed to return to the town, to share her story, and ensure that Emily and Jacob's names would be remembered. As they drove away, the lights of the town fading in the distance, they couldn't shake the feeling that they had touched something sacred, something deeply human. The lamenting woman might have been a spirit bound by grief, but she was also a reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of remembering those we've lost. In the weeks that followed, the friends organized a small memorial in the town square, inviting the community to gather and share stories of loved ones who had passed. They lit candles, creating a warm glow that illuminated the faces of those who came to honor their memories. As they spoke of Emily and Jacob, the sorrowful cries of the lamenting woman echoed in their hearts, guiding them to recognize the shared experience of loss. As the candles flickered in the gentle breeze, they felt a sense of connection, not only to the lamenting woman, but to the entire community. Each story shared was a thread woven into the fabric of their lives, a testament to love, loss, and the enduring power of memory. The legend of the lamenting woman transformed from a tale of fear into a story of hope. The cries that once echoed through the night became a reminder to cherish the moments spent with loved ones, to hold them dear while we can. Though the house remained, its walls still whispering secrets, the friends understood that the true essence of the lamenting woman was not just in her sorrow, but in her longing for connection. They had answered her call for help, and in doing so, they had sparked a light that would continue to shine in the hearts of those who remembered. As the years passed, the legend of the lamenting woman evolved. No longer just a figure of fear, she became a symbol of love and remembrance, a reminder that even in the depths of sorrow, there is hope for healing. The stories of Emily and Jacob would live on, carried by the winds that rustled through the trees, echoing through the hearts of those who dared to listen. And so, in that small town, the lamenting woman found her peace, not by forgetting her loss, but by transforming it into a legacy that would inspire generations to come. The cries that once haunted the darkness became a gentle reminder of the bonds of love that can never be broken, even by death.